Okay, we've all seen films, right? The ones with the moving pictures. Now, excuse me, getting comfortable. In films, a filmmaker will often provide you with multiple angles of a place, multiple shots to bring you into a particular spot. So let's say you've got a man running down a street. You know, our hero is running down a busy street or down a street. Why is he running? What's he running from? Where is he? You know, that kind of thing. So it's possible that you could get a sort of a wide shot and you could see your guy on the street, what's he running from, perhaps some identifiable buildings on the horizon or in the skyline, and in that one shot you've kind of got everything. But a more effective way of doing it in filmmaking is to perhaps have an establishing shot, let's say a drone shot of London. You can tell by the Thames or the Big Ben or whatever, you know, some landmarks. Then a wide shot of the particular street that he's running down, and you can see then whether it's a shopping street or a business district. And then you go in close, and you can then see your guy. He's running. You know, perhaps he's got a suit on. He's running. He's late for work, or he's got blood on him, and then as the camera pans, you get another shot and he's running from, you know, some evil creature or something. But you've got 3 or 4 images that tell you a story. And I like to do this with photos, and it takes the pressure off that one photo needing to be the absolute banger, and you can have 3 photos that together tell you some kind of story or put you in a place. And that's kind of what I like to do sometimes when I'm out taking photos. So I was out the other day, just somewhere quite close to home here, just on the edge of some sort of wasteland over yonder. I never used that word, but over there. And there's some wildflowers. There's like a no entry sign. There's some barriers, and individually they're not very exciting photographs. They're not at all really. But put them together. Pick out the yellow color, which was present in each of them, and you've got a series of 3 photos. And I probably didn't need to explain it, but I think instantly you can see this is a sort of edge of an urban area with a mysterious place that you're not allowed into beyond the sign. So together they're quite interesting. On their own, perhaps not so much. I do this with like trees or something like that as well. It's quite easy with a camera with where is it? I don't know where it's gone. With like a wide aperture and a nice, sharp lens, get nice sort of like shots of leaves with the sun shining through them or something, and they look interesting. You can get a nice shallow depth of field, but I mean technically it's a photograph, a good photograph, but it doesn't really do anything. So if you take a shot and then maybe show where that leaf is on a branch or on a tree or in a wood, now you've got a series of images that are actually a little bit more interesting than just one image. And there's a word called a triptych, I think it is, and having 3 images together, just grouping them together gives you together they're stronger than they are on their own, if that makes sense. So I did this with some shots I took in Germany last week. Each of the individual shots are okay. They're all right. They were worth sharing on Instagram and stuff. But together they complement each other. So I do this when I go out and take my dogs for a walk. My wife, she'll go and take the dogs up on the hill and she'll take a photo of the dogs. I go up and I'll try and get 2 or 3 photos of them, then maybe a shot of some wildflowers, then a view of the hills or something, and together you've got a story. You've got something a little more interesting than just a one image. So this is something that I like to do quite a lot. Done it today. Again, I was out with my dogs actually, and there's a rather ropey old garage up in the corner of the estate over there, yonder again, and the paint's peeling off, and this garage has clearly had multiple layers of paint on it, and so you can see as the paint's peeling, you can see where it's been decorated or painted multiple times in different colours. Again, each individual image on its own doesn't really tell you a great deal, maybe technically they're interesting photos from a kind of artistic perspective, but it doesn't really tell you much. But as you show multiple angles with multiple colors and then a wider shot of the garage door, it perhaps tells you a little bit more. You know, what would have been perfect would perhaps have been an old car or something also by, but actually I think the three of the garage door itself works quite well on its own. So yeah, just a little thought today. If you can't get that one photo, if you've got one that you think is okay but not quite right, take another wider shot of the same subject, or find some detail close of it, and then afterwards look at the shots as a sequence of shots rather than just one shot. You know, I think it's just a different way of presenting your images. I'm just waffling again now, but as you know, if you've been here before, it's what I do well. So links below to my Instagram, and I think that's enough from me now. I need to go and have some lunch, and I'll see you in another video. I'm actually, very quickly, I'm off to watch football this weekend. I'm hoping the weather's going to be good. I'm just going to take this cheap little pocket camera. I will have my phone with me, but I'm just going to take this because I like taking photos with a camera because it focuses me on taking photos, and I'm going to try and get, say, like a sequence of photos to take you through the day or something. So I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you in another video real soon.